James, welcome to the episode.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on. We were meant to get you on with Chris. So this is Chris's older brother. I guess what we can start off with is what you do. So you own a very successful double glazing business.
Yep.
Which is also linked to property.
Yeah.
And we were just speaking before that. When did you actually start the double glazing? Because I know it was around, 16, 17?
Yeah, 16. Yeah, I started off in double glazing industry at 16 when I was school part-time. I used to do the door-to-door selling, marketing. So I used to get the introduction for the salesman through the door, which was quite difficult, but I seemed to be quite good at it. And I just ended up staying in double glazing for a while. Then eventually set up my own company, and it's done pretty well, to be fair. So,
what made you pick double glazing? Like back in those days, was that the thing to do?
No, I just wanted any sales job, basically. When I was 15, I started in a estate agency. I was quite young then, and I was doing viewings. So I wasn't just office boy as such. I mean, I started off at that, but I mean, I remember when I was 15, I was doing viewings on properties.
I guess
quite young.
Yeah, I guess that's like I don't feel like you get that anymore in this day and age from a sales perspective.
Yeah.
I feel like back in those days, everyone wanted to do door-to-door sales, be a salesman. Now it's all online stuff.
Yeah, probably right,
So talk us through like how you even started your own business from a double glazing standpoint, because where would you even start with that?
Yeah.
Did you start from the estate agent standpoint, use the connections from there?
No. So I went to a bigger company. But when I first started, it was a bigger company. And then it was actually my uncle at the time. He set up a double glazing company. They saw how good I was at selling it. So then went over to them, done it for them. Had family issues, so I left there. I got a temporary job at an air conditioning company. And then I set the company up part-time while I was working there with no overheads, basically. I just had a website and I was subcontracting it out to an old boy called Keith. He was a window fitter. He just fitted a few of my jobs a month. I hardly had any, to be honest with you. Yeah. And then after about a year or so, it started to take off.
Okay.
Like word of mouth, things like that.
Yeah.
And then I left the air conditioning and just focused out full time. And in the meantime, I had my properties. So I bought my first investment property at 21 with a friend. That done well. That earned a decent amount of money, and that gave me the opportunity to buy more.
Was that a basic buy-to-let or?
Yeah, it was buy-to-let property. Yeah, I was still living at home with my mum with my first buy-to-let property.
Do you feel like buy-to-lets work nowadays?
Not as well now. They do still work, but they're not as. I don't think they're as profitable. Even though the rents are going through the roof, but so is the interest rates. You can make money, but I think to make money in property, I think it's gone to the days where you just buy one and that's it. You're gonna have to find something that you either convert or is in a bad state that you can increase the value, leverage it, and then rent it out. And then hopefully you'll make profit on the rental after the enormous interest rates. Yeah, because they're even higher for buy-to-let mortgages.
So what is it now? 4.8 or is it 5%?
It's between 4.5 and 5. Yeah. But I mean, it's even higher for buy-to-lets. It's normally like 0.5% or % higher for buy-to-let properties.
Nothing you can do with that.
No. Yeah. Just is what it is, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there is money in property, but it's a lot more difficult now.
So the strategy you do is kind of like the buy, refurbish, refinance model.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, you buy a house that's in a really shitty condition, do it up really nicely, and then whatever that value is, you remortgage it and pull all your money out, or most of it out, or leave some in, and then you reinvest that. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and the money you get out is all technically tax-free because it's classed as a loan. So you just leverage against you.
And you just keep recycling it, right?
Yeah, keep recycling it. Yeah.
So you've got how many at the moment?
I've got 5 rentals, but I've got my house as well, so 6 in total. Yeah, 6 properties. Yeah.
And roughly, how much does that make in your month?
On the 5 rentals, it probably makes me profit like passive income, maybe like £3,500 a month, which is nice because that's just like a passive income sitting there.
Exactly.
So and then each property you do up, you get the money out of the leverage as well. Nice.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we're focusing on, is that type of model.
Yeah.
And being able to recycle your money, but also not using our own money.
No.
So doing joint ventures.
Yeah.
Going to people that have a lot of money and doing that, because obviously we don't have the money to do that.
No. Yeah.
But what I'm really intrigued to know is the logistics behind double glazing itself.
Yeah,
Obviously, you have the manufacturer that creates,
yeah,
I assume, the glass, the plastic, and all that stuff, and then it will walk us through the process on how that actually works.
Yeah. So customer contact me, so I want all their windows replaced. I go out, go through designs, products, style, stuff like that. Put a quotation together. Obviously, they're happy with that. I take a deposit. Always take a deposit because it's always made to measure stuff. Once that's been paid, then I order it with the factory. It's made up north, and I actually get the glass made separately in Croydon. So they come from 2 separate factories.
Do you find that there's issues there when it's coming from 2 different places?
No, it works pretty well. So I send the same paperwork over to the other manufacturer, so they're all on the same sort of lines. You get the odd problem, but nothing major. And once it's all in, I've got a unit based down there in Gatwick. It's like a unit in an office. We store everything there, and then the fitters come and collect the frames, and then we install them. And then the final balance is settled. I'm normally given 30 days credit, so I'm normally had the job done and paid before I even pay anything out, which is good for cash flow.
Yeah.
So I get everything up front basically, and then I pay the supplier or the factory, even manufacturer. Yeah.
I remember back in the day, you used to tell me that, I'm not going to name companies because I don't want anyone to get in trouble, but I know that you say that they use a lot of like shitty plasticky materials, use a bunch of, is it the expanding foam?
Yeah.
That they just fill it with?
Yeah, well, that's only if you measure it short, but I mean, some of the bigger companies have been known to, do some dodgy stuff,
and then charge a fortune.
Yeah, charge a fortune.
It's quite expensive, right?
It's not cheap, no, But the margin's good on it as well. So you can make a lot of money from double glazing.
Because how much are we talking for like a front door?
It could be like 2,000 to 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah. But you'll probably make like profit on that of like 40%. 40% roughly on profit on double glazing.
Yeah.
So the money's pretty good. That's even after fitting and everything. But I think trades is the next way to go anyway. I think that's going to be the next thing in the next 10 years.
You say trades?
Yeah. There's not enough tradespeople replacing the ones that have retired. So I think that is going to be the next money maker.
I mean, I've always told myself if everything goes tips up, I'll just go back to, I'll learn a trade. Become an electrician, set up my own construction company. Obviously, it's easier said than done. But that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about branching out and doing electrician, building it all together?
Probably not. I mean, if I did get involved in anything like that, I'll probably just subcontract it. But I mean, I think you're better off just having one trade that you're good at and then focus on that. So there's enough work out there.
Yeah.
You don't have to do multiple stuff. Just get good at one good trade, I'd say.
Yeah, and how much, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you make in revenue last year?
Well, between me and the company, put it this way, double glazing makes me roughly, I'd say, about £15,000 a month just from the double glazing.
That's revenue?
Yeah, no, that's profit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah. The company turns over probably about $500,000. Revenue a year, maybe a bit more. And I make profit maybe about 15,000.
Yeah, nice.
But that's me. That's my wages and company profit mixed together. Obviously.
Yeah. And how many employees do you have?
I've got one full time, one part time, and then me.
So not many.
And then no, not many. You don't need many. And then my wife does accounts part time, or bookkeeping even. But you don't need many. So, but then my brother's got the landscaping side, which we're looking at teaming up with. So we'll be joint eventually.
Yeah. I was going to say that's a good little triangle. You've got the property, double glazing, and the landscaping.
But between the two companies, we'll probably be turning over close to $1 million a year.
That's amazing.
But I mean, turnover isn't important. You could turn over $1 million and make 999,000 in losses. So
it's very important. Because when I used to do my Amazon stuff, like you could, and when you watch these people online, they always talk about revenue.
Revenue doesn't mean anything.
I made 500k in revenue. Okay, but what was your margins? Was it 10%? Was it 1%? Was it 0.1%? Because if it's 1%, then
not worth it.
It's not great.
No, I'd much rather have a company that was turning over 100 grand and made me 90.
Yeah.
Rather than a company that turning over 10 million and it made me 50 grand. Do you know what I mean? It's just margins. If the margins are small, it's not worth doing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You only need a few months bad work, and that's it. You're going under, aren't you?
All right. I guess what we can do now is we can shift.
Yeah.
So you said you're how old? 32.
Yeah.
Let's go back to 16-year-old. I know you kind of explained it, but 16-year-old James.
Yeah.
Where was he heading?
Yeah.
did he want to go to uni? Did he think that he was going to have a double glazing business that was, turning over this amount of much? Like, walk us through what was going through your mind. Was school your thing?
No, school wasn't my thing. No. All I wanted to know is all I knew is I wanted to be a millionaire. I was obsessed with it. I know it's quite popular now, isn't it, online?
It's the new gangster.
It's the new thing. But 16 years ago, it wasn't really spoken about.
Yeah.
But no, I always wanted to be a millionaire since a young age, probably since I was 13, 14. Obviously, me and Chris, we didn't grow up in luxury upbringing. We grew up in council estates most of our lives. And obviously, mum did struggle at times, not all the time, but she did struggle at times. And I thought I didn't want to struggle in life. To be honest with you. I want something better.
Is that where it stemmed from, would you say?
I think so, yeah. That's why, I guess so. I always wanted to be rich. So I just worked my ass off. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, of course. You're allowed to swear, do whatever.
Worked my ass off. And I've done all right. I mean, technically, by the time I was 28, nearly 29, I was officially a millionaire, which was a good feeling. And a millionaire obviously doesn't mean that you've got millions of pounds laying around. I can go and buy a jet or a yacht, because I can't. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I've got a nice car, got properties. I can buy more or less what I want. But at the same time, I'm not buying 50 grand bottles of champagne in a nightclub.
I think that's
and a lot of that's fake when you see that on Instagram. I think,
I would say that's one of the issues with this generation today.
Yeah,
is they want to get rich for the girls, for the tables, for the holidays, for image, basically. And it's sad to see, because you don't necessarily have to do all of that shit.
No.
Like, why are you spending 25 grand on a bottle of champagne in a club when that could go towards something like property or something that's going to turn over money?
Yeah.
So it's really sad. But as we said, in this day and age, becoming a millionaire is a new gangster. Everyone wants to become a millionaire. Yeah. But I feel like your generation and above, they were willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
This generation are weak as hell.
Yeah.
I think the society is becoming weaker and weaker.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, Instagram definitely doesn't help.
No.
It's all 99% of it's crap.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. And there's so many fake people on there that are showing this lifestyle that they probably can't maintain.
No, exactly. We can get these studios now, can't you? Where you set up fake private jets and all that rubbish, can't you? Yeah.
Crazy what people would do, right?
Yeah.
I just think people are jealous, to be honest.
Yeah. I think, because Instagram, it doesn't give you, what's the word? It's not real life. Fake. And most people won't become millionaires. Most people won't even get to 100 grand. But that's the reality. But I think if you're not worried about your image and just focus on yourself, I feel like you'll get there eventually. Even if you're 50 years old, you'll get there eventually. And stop worrying about what other people think. I think that's the best way of doing it. Yeah. I mean, half the time I walk around in Slazenger, tracksuit bottoms. So technically you wouldn't even know I was a millionaire.
And I think that's the best way.
Yeah.
Is when you don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. There's a picture of me on Facebook when I bought my first supercar when I was 28. I bought an Aston Martin DB9. There's a picture of me, and I took a picture next to it. I didn't think anything of it. There's a picture of me in my Slazenger. I like Slazenger. I think it's comfy. People take the mickey out of me. But I was wearing my Slazenger tracksuit bottoms, and I had a picture next to it. I didn't think anything of it. And one of my mates messaged me. He went, "You didn't just go and buy an Aston Martin in a pair of Slazengers."
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But so
as long as there's money in the bank, that's all that matters.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So,
but no, I always wanted a car like that. There's me talking about it's not all about image, and I'll go and buy an Aston Martin, but that was for me.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned that you were obsessed with becoming a millionaire.
Yeah.
And I think that's such an important mindset to have if you want to do something as big as that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to succeed.
No.
Like, did you have any? I'm sure you had many doubts of like, fuck, I can't do this. Let me just get a 9-to-5 suit.
I have that every week.
Yeah.
I think I can't be bothered with this. I'm going to go and get a job. You got a pain in the ass customer, factories driving you nuts. You know what I mean? Things aren't going right. Stuff breaks down. We had like one of the vans robbed, not the van robbed, but all the tools nicked out of the van last year. That was like $1.5 grand gone. There's all things like that. No, it wasn't on this occasion, unfortunately. But it's all things like that. And They don't teach you that at school.
They don't.
No. They teach you the principles of business, but they don't teach you when some scumbag comes along and nicks all your stuff, or someone screws you over, or as a customer that's an absolute pain in the ass. They don't teach you stuff like that.
Yeah, but also they don't teach you like the mindset that you need to have to do it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you don't want to wake up every day and think, oh man, I got to do this.
No.
And it's difficult. Like, people don't underestimate how hard it is to run a business.
Yeah.
They say, oh yeah, I want to leave my 9 to 5. Leave your 9 to 5 for what? You think you're just going to set up a business and be able to sit on a yacht?
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
No. My advice to that is set it up part time.
Do
it part time. You can do any job part time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need a safety net.
Yeah, I agree.
You need a safety net.
Because like, even with me, sales, right? Like, I can make a lot of money in sales.
Yeah.
And then just invest that money into my investments.
Yeah.
And then once I'm comfortable, not leave straight away like some people advise or do.
Yeah.
I'm now in I'm in a more comfortable position to leave my job because I have 10 or so properties that cover this income.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, some people just, I respect it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No.
If you're okay with taking that risk.
Yeah.
Because a jump from a 9 to 5 to running your own business, I think a lot of people get misconstrued.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think 9 to 5 people are very important. I think they're like the backbone of the society. Our society. You need them. Not everyone can be a millionaire, because everyone was a millionaire. No one would be rich, would they?
Exactly. Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with a 9 till 5, in my opinion. I mean, I kind of get why people like the 9 till 5. You go to work, you come home, you get to be with your family. There's no stress, no money worries as such, as long as you're not living beyond above your means. So I kind of get that, and I do think about that every week. I think, oh, if I had a 9 to 5 job, I'll just come home. I haven't got to deal with this rubbish. Do you know what I mean? And if your job doesn't go right, you're not getting paid.
I was gonna say, have you ever had months where you feared like, shit, I'm not getting paid?
No, because I like I said, I don't live by my means, so I've always got money in the bank.
Yeah,
I could live. Oh, technically, I could retire now. I don't actually have to work.
Nice.
I could retire till I die, because of my income from my properties. I won't be like I said, I won't be sitting on yachts and stuff. I'll be in my house, order a couple of takeaways a month. You know what I mean? Not worry about my bills. That kind of retirement. But yeah, I wouldn't be sitting there living a high life.
But the thing is, that is success to some people.
Yeah.
That amount of money, not doing all of this, buying Rolexes, that is successful to someone.
Yeah.
It just all depends on who's saying it. I guarantee there's many people out there that will have that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Can still do what they want, go on a few holidays, but just not working.
Basically, yeah. Comfortable. That's what I like to call it.
Comfortable, yes. So I guess, at what point did the mindset shift from when, I know it's always been on your mind to become a millionaire, but what point did you think, shit, I need to take this seriously, and I'm not going to go down like the 9 to 5 route. I'm going to set up my own business, and I'm going to try achieve my goal of becoming a millionaire.
Probably when I was about 23.
And was that, via like reading any books?
No, I got treated like absolute crap at my last job. I was doing it part-time, which they knew about, and there's a few jealous people, as you always get that in life. And I ended up leaving because of it. It almost turned into work. I don't want to say bullying, because I wasn't bullied, but it almost it was actually. It was basically that. You know, when bitter people who you work with, they were older than me. I was early 20s. They're 20 years older than me. They haven't done nothing with their life. I find that a lot of people, especially when they get to about 50, they get a bit angry they haven't done anything with their life and take it out on the younger generation. And that was basically what was happening to me in a way. And I left my job, and it just made me think, right, you almost like want to show people you don't even like, not that they're important, but it gives you the motivation to think, oh, sod you, I'm going to go off on my own and do my thing. And I did. I actually sent them an email 4 years later with my new car.
Typical James.
Yeah.
What did they say to that?
Yeah. Oh, glad you're doing well. Blah blah blah.
Exactly.
All of this rubbish. Yeah. They're not glad I'm doing well.
Yeah. Fuck the haters, man.
Yeah.
Fuck the haters. What would you say is the biggest challenge for you in running your own business?
Biggest challenge. Getting the work. I'd say that's the hardest. You've got to get consistent working all the time. Yeah, that's what I'd find the hardest. It's getting easier year by year, though, because obviously the longer you are around, the more customers you have, the more they recommend you. But yeah, it's still always going to be the hardest part of any business, I'd say. That's bringing in, well, the sales is bringing in revenue, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's probably the most important part of the business.
Would you say your industry is very much word of mouth type of advertisement?
I think it is. Yeah, I mean, you can do advertising. I'm on, I don't know if you heard the platform Checker Trade.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on that. That works pretty well. But yeah, a lot of my stuff is word of mouth. Definitely, yeah.
That's the best way sometimes.
Yeah, you've got to be quite proactive. A lot of people in trades, if you mix proactiveness with a trade, I think you'll do very well. A lot of tradespeople are quite laid back. They don't chase their work. They don't know how to price properly. They don't know how to quote properly, I find, in the industry. But if you can kind of get the business mindset mixed with the trade mindset, I think you'll do quite well. And I think that, like I said, I think that's going to be the next upcoming money maker. Yeah, trade. Yeah,
it should be.
Yeah,
it should be. Because we're talking about all these investments and property. Why not mix the two?
Yeah.
What would you say is your biggest lesson so far from leaving your job to starting your business?
Biggest lesson? The only person I'll trust in business is my brother. I've learnt that. I did have a business partner and he screwed me over. Not by much, but he just proved he wasn't loyal.
Took money from you?
Yeah. But it wasn't by much. It was just more of the principle.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I caught him taking a few £100. Don't matter. It could have been 20p. I don't care. You don't take off your business partner. But yeah, I realised that I can only trust my brother. And that's the only person, and obviously my wife. Well, she'll eventually listen to this and think, well, what about me? But yeah, and you, Lisa, obviously. But yeah, they're the only two people I can trust in business, definitely. And I wouldn't go into business with anyone else. I'd work alongside people, but I wouldn't tie myself to anyone else. People are too quick to stab you in the back, I think, and take what you've built. Yeah,
but then that can also happen in families, though.
It can, yeah. But me and my brother been together obviously a long time. We've never fallen out.
Yeah,
and we've done a lot of business stuff together. We've never screwed each other over. Not one argument. A little petty. No, I want this kitchen sink or whatever. But no, never screwed each other. Never will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way, to be fair.
Yeah.
Is having that brotherhood.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I wouldn't say I have that with my brothers because they're not really entrepreneurial mindseted, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Because there's even my sisters as well. There's a lot of us. There's 5 of us, right? So
yeah.
If we were to
I remember actually. Yeah, you got a few, haven't you?
Yeah, there's 5 of us. If we were all to put our money away, God knows where we would be right now.
Yeah, you probably do quite well.
But it's difficult because I don't know. My siblings are a lot more scared than me. Like I'll go and spend X amount on a course or take this risk, or I've spent so much money on courses that are shit.
Yeah.
I've spent so much money on products that are shit. They wouldn't do that.
No. Yeah.
Which is a shame, and it's really upsetting.
Yeah.
Because you hear all these stories about this brotherhood, this family's done that. It's like, man, I don't think we did it.
No,
but I think it stems a lot from my dad.
Yeah.
Because my dad is the least risk-adverse person.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's security 9 to 5. Oh, but you left.
Get your pension. Yeah.
Like I was talking to him about potentially me getting made redundant voluntarily.
Yeah.
Because I'm so confident that the job that I do is so easy to get. Why not get paid out 10K?
Yeah.
For my, because obviously they will pay you. What's it called? Pay you in lieu or whatever it is.
Yeah, in lieu. Yeah.
So they will pay me my 3 months.
Yeah.
They pay my, what's it called? Notice period.
Yeah.
As well as how long I've been there. Why not take that cash, get 8K, find a new job, and then just restart? Like, my dad's like, no, why would you do that? Job's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking from the investment side, I could use that 8K to potentially work with someone else in property or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that again. And what doesn't make sense is because my granddad, he actually owned a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So, in a very successful restaurant. So there was some sort of entrepreneurial thing in there. And my uncle, his brother, owns a barbershop.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing very well. It's in South Croydon. It's called Slicksville.
Yeah.
And he's doing very well, but my dad is the only one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it is difficult because I don't really tell him much about my businesses. And when I do, he's like, oh, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like when I used to do FBA, obviously I'm getting...
It's Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done that.
I'm getting huge amounts of pallets coming in, loads of products, right? And
Yeah.
my dad's like, why are you ordering into the house? This is my house. Da. I'm just thinking, yo, man, I'm just trying to make money so that eventually this is gonna come back to you. But
yeah, exactly. Is it worth it, FBA? Is it easy? I see reels on Instagram how easy it apparently is, but it's like anything, isn't it? It's probably not.
I would say it's quite easy in terms of like the logistics and the process. It's quite boring.
Right.
So I did 2. I started off with private label, which is you buy like a generic product and slap your own brand on it.
Okay.
So mine was mine was baby bibs.
Baby bibs.
Yeah, so you know the silicone bibs that catch the food.
Oh yeah.
Basically bought a generic bib and put my own logo on it. It was called the Little Essentials. But the margins were so small on that. It just didn't work.
Right.
So then I moved to wholesale, which is you just buy stuff in bulk.
Yeah.
But the issue with that is you get price wars because everyone else can sell it.
Okay.
So
what do you do? Buy it in bulk and then ship it directly to Amazon?
Yeah, ship it directly.
So it doesn't come to you, it just goes straight to them?
No, so the products will come to me.
Right.
And I would have to put, depending on the packaging requirements, I would put them in bags, put UPC barcodes on.
Right, okay.
Put them in boxes, put a shipping label on that will go to Amazon warehouse.
Okay.
And then from there, whenever it is ordered, Amazon will pick and pack it and send it to the customer.
Okay.
I won't have to deal with no customers, which is great.
Yeah,
great business model. However, they're taking about 40 to 60%.
Oh, wow.
Of the sale price.
Oh, huge commission then.
Yeah. But I guess
I guess that includes all the packaging and storage and stuff. Well, yeah, you kind of get it, don't you?
Because that's FBA. You got FBM, which is fulfilled by a merchant.
Right.
So you do everything. You deal with the customer. You send it out. But I was like,
what's that called?
FBM. So
FBM.
Yeah, fulfilled by merchant.
Okay.
That one is a lot harder.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're dealing with the customer. And say now you've got 1,000 products. Where are you storing that?
Yeah, exactly.
You're storing it in your house. Like, I've got videos of me. I used to sell various things. I used to sell creams. I used to sell cutlery trays.
Yeah.
But obviously, the more you grow, the more you need to order.
Right. Yeah.
So where you storing this shit, like, it's a lot. So obviously, you don't pay those fees.
No. Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed it. I probably made, doing wholesale, I probably made 20K in revenue and probably about 15 to 20% profit margin.
Yeah.
But I just found it a bit boring, James, to be honest.
Well, if you don't sell the items, they're just stuck at Amazon. They give you a long period on it.
Well, you can.
If they're there for like a year and they don't sell, for example, or you've only sold a few of them, what do they do with that?
Well, you're just paying for storage costs.
Oh, they do charge you storage if it's not sold within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, they charge you storage every month.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the downside to doing wholesale is, like I mentioned, anyone can sell it.
Yeah.
And Amazon can also sell it.
Right.
I'm sure you've seen on Amazon where it says fulfilled by Amazon.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
That means Amazon is selling it. And Amazon is, of course, going to take the buy box every single time, right?
Right, yeah.
They're not going to pick me, an FBA seller, over them.
No,
because they'll get it cheaper, etc., and they can undercut you.
Yeah.
And imagine now you've ordered 1,000 products, send it off to Amazon, and Amazon jump on it. You've got to wait for them to sell out for then the buy box to then recycle.
Oh, I see. So they come first, basically.
Come first. Yeah. But then also how it works is how someone determines the buy box is either the seller, so FBM or FBA.
Yeah.
Amazon will always prioritize an FBA seller.
Okay.
And then price.
Right. Okay.
But then again, the downside is I could sell it for $10.99. You could come in and sell it for $7.99.
Right. Okay.
And
quite high risk by the sounds of it.
Yeah, that £3 could potentially have been
could be your margin. Yeah.
Be my margin.
Yeah. Or more than your margin. You're making a loss.
Yeah. I mean, on the bibs, it was terrible. I was making like 70p.
Oh wow.
And there's advertising as well that comes along with Amazon.
Right.
And it's pay per click.
Do they charge you for the 40 to 60%? Is that on top of all this storage and advertising as well, or is that all included?
No, they'll take some of that as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. So that's why you need to make sure that the products that you're selling have £6, £7, £5 margins. Obviously, there's calculators that you can use depending on how heavy the product is. Obviously, if you've got a heavier, big product, the storage
I've seen people
fees,
do videos.
Yeah, they're going to be, because they'll class as oversized, so they cost more.
Right, okay.
But my Amazon FBA, my first product failed miserably.
Oh,
miserably, yeah.
You lose money?
Yeah, lost money. And it was all down to the advertising. Because obviously you're starting off with 0 reviews.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want to take up too much time of this because obviously this is all about James.
That's
but
right.
obviously, when you're doing wholesale, you're selling products that already have high reviews. Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
Fairy. Me, I have 0 reviews. No one knows my brand.
No.
So you now have to spend on advertising.
Right.
And
yeah.
how Amazon works is they charge you per click,
Oh, okay.
even if they don't buy the product.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So mine was Silicon Baby Bib. It would be at the top of page 1, sponsored. You can always tell because it will have 0 reviews and it will have a grey little text saying sponsored. Every time someone clicks on that, I get charged.
Oh, wow.
And the highest bidder gets the first spot on the first page.
Right,
so if I'm now spending £1 for Silicon Bib and James goes on clicks on it and I'm making 75p is my margin, I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm already down. And that's what happened. And I just,
Oh, right.
I mean, I guess the first product, they always say your first product always fails on Amazon.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
And I couldn't, no one's going to pay £25 for a fucking bib.
Oh,
right?
No, definitely.
The highest, how much would you pay for a bib?
I don't
with
know,
your
$5.
child? Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the most I was able to sell it at one point was about $9.99.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Couldn't charge anything more than that.
No, yeah.
So maybe it's the choice of product.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to that type of stuff, you've got to order 50,000 products to get the price so low that you can make the margins.
I can imagine baby stuff being quite difficult because my wife gets a lot of stuff for free. Babies only use it for a few months, especially clothes. It looks brand new anyway.
Yep.
So a lot of it gets recycled. I can imagine that being quite difficult.
Yeah, no, it is really difficult. What's the time? No, really difficult, but we learn, we move on. I've got a few ideas in the pipeline, but one thing at a time.
Yeah.
What would you say has been, I don't like to use the word failure. Let's use the word, okay, now let's use failure. What's been the biggest failure for you? Doesn't even necessarily have to be in the double glazing industry.
It's for property a few years ago. Me and my wife decided to buy a property. And I won a bid on an auction property in, what was it? I can't remember the name of it now. It was in a nice area, like W12 or something, whatever area that is, I think it was. And Westminster, that's it. I don't know if that's a postcode, but yeah, it was in Westminster, a property in Westminster. There's only a small, tiny studio for that.
Yeah.
It was like a bloody shoebox, really. But it was a lot of money for what it was. And we won it at auction, and we decided that we'd leverage some of the money out of the house because we had quite a bit of money in our personal house, and to buy this property. Anyway, we got nearly all the way through it, and I found out that the solicitors who dealt with my house buyer purchase, they didn't register for me for land registry on the house, so I didn't own the house, even though they told me on email it was all registered and everything, and they were telling me that it was because I weren't getting the paperwork through, it was because of COVID. As usual, everyone was blaming all this rubble, all their everything on COVID then, weren't they? And I ended up losing £20,000, but I managed to sue them.
Okay.
I hired a lawyer, which cost me £8,000 to get 20 back, so I was still £8,000 down. But it didn't go to court, and they were just a bunch of arseholes, basically. But I managed to sue them for the 20. So I weren't too fussed about the 8. It was just more principle. Well, I was fussed about the 8. It's £8,000, isn't it? But I mean, it was more. It was better to sue them, really. I got a bit of enjoyment out of, not at the time, but after getting the money. Because they were just rude about it as well.
Because how long did you have the property before you found out that they weren't on land registry?
I think it was 2 years.
Wow. That's really
so they had no excuse. But it didn't even go to court.
But that's against the law, no?
Technically, yeah. That's why they're probably worried about going to court. I mean, I probably could have gone to court, but then that would have been more cost for me. And it's whether, if I had a judge that was in a bad mood that day, I probably might have been worse off.
Yeah.
Because I'm in property anyway. My lawyer said that might have gone against me in court. If I was just like a normal wad, just taking some money out of their property. If they knew that I was in property, they might not have swayed to my side as much. They might have kind of split the responsibility. That's why I just took the 20 and ran, basically, before I went to court.
And how's that property doing now? Was it worth the fucking
No, I didn't get the property. It fell through because it was an auction property. So I lost all the deposit, didn't I? But yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess you have to, right? And then I guess on the flip side, what's the biggest, like, what would you say is your biggest success? Like, what's one thing that you can say, James, James, I'm proud of?
I would say, well, my double glazing company.
Yeah.
That's done well. That was my first ever company. I've done little businesses in the past when I was younger, and they've all done okay. I had like leaflet businesses, stuff like that. Sold sweets at school.
Yeah.
But no, my double glazing company, yeah, that's done well. That's bought me my properties, my house, my cars. Yeah. So, and the property is, I'd say the double glazing is more the regular income every month, and then the properties is like assets. Building generational wealth, I think that's important. So I've got a son. He's obviously, as I said to you earlier, he's year and a half. So eventually he'll take it all over.
Yeah, that's nice.
And he can build on from that. So hopefully I'll be able to teach him what to do, and he'll be able to build on from that and then pass on to his son or daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you could pick property or double glazing. Like if you had a super successful double glazing and a super successful property business, which one would you pick?
Property. Yeah.
Is that because of just the amount of investment and money that you can make back from property, or?
Yeah, I think it's I think with
less
property,
hassle?
you're not dealing with end clients, and some like consumers be quite difficult. I've only got to please myself through the property. I haven't got a client's expectation to. Like I haven't got like a client to keep happy as such.
Yeah,
I can just work for me in the property.
Even if you work with tenants.
Yeah, tenants are okay generally. I don't really hear from them, to be honest.
I guess you just pass them on to an agency.
Well,
right?
our properties are all they're all brand new when we hand over the keys.
Yeah.
So issue-wise, we don't really get anything. And if there is an issue, we've had the odd issue, like boilers doesn't work, or we've had like washing machine doesn't work. It's all under warranty. And it happens very early on. When they move in, they start noticing if there's a little snag or whatever, something wrong with the shower or whatever. We just send the plumber back. No, it's not really an issue. It doesn't cost us anything because it's all brand new. So yeah, no, generally tenants are okay.
Okay. And then what's the end goal? What's the end goal for James? In 20 years, 25 years, what does he want to look back? What does he want to look back on and say?
I'd say in 25 years, I would want to own probably 50 properties. The double glazing, I'm not too bothered about expanding that. Double glazing is a good monthly earner, but I think it's very hard to expand. Double glazing is good to make money monthly to reinvest in other stuff, which is what I've done. So that gives you the money to invest. But I don't think I'll grow that.
No.
I'll get a little bit bigger, but not anything bigger than what I've got. It earns good money how it is. And last year, 2 of the big companies collapsed, the biggest companies in the market.
Oh, really?
The double glazing company, double glazing market, collapsed last year as well. It's very hard to run a very successful big double glazing company, I think, especially in trades. A lot of tradespeople are unreliable, got drug habit or drink problem. There's a lot of that in the trades, and getting reliable people in a big company for a double glazing company, it will be difficult. So that I'll keep smaller. Another bit, me and my wife are potentially going to set up another company this year anyway.
Okay.
Going into child, setting up, we're going to get like a unit, rent a unit and set up these playtowns.
Okay.
So going to more of a passive income business, I think. So set that up and then you can just rent the spaces out.
Nice.
So probably we will do that. We just got to find a space, but finding commercial properties at the moment to rent, they're quite difficult. Not big ones you find loads of those. But they're like
smaller ones.
Yeah, when I say big, they're like big.
Like what's in offices?
Yeah, there's like £2 million a year to rent.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't need that for
for little
I
kids.
I couldn't afford that anyway. But no, I'm talking about somewhere that's like maybe £1,500 a month to rent, like 1,000 square foot, 1,200 square foot, something like that. Yeah, you want to keep the business rates low as well, or nil, should I say, not low.
Yeah. What someone's starting a double glazing, what would you? Because you never know, someone might be watching that wants to start up a double glazing.
Yeah.
Where would you say they start?
Start off with a company, learn how to do it, learn how to install it, and then I'd say jump onto sales. You probably don't have to learn sales for long, maybe 6 months, a year. Jump onto sales after. So learn to fit it, learn the product, and then go into sales. But I've done it in reverse. I've done sales first, then fitting.
Yeah.
But I'll do it the other way around. Definitely. If I had to redo it again. And then once you've learned how to fit and you've learnt sales, set a company up. You don't need a premises straight away. You can use a supplier locally that store all your windows and doors, and they're delivered to site for you as well.
Yeah. You said that you would do the reverse. So you would do the fitting and then the selling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in the industry, but being in sales, I feel like I would put sales first over anything.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like the skills that you learn in sales are so transferable.
Yeah.
Mainly the resilience side of things. The amount of times, well, mine's B2B. Yours is B2C, which is completely different, right?
Yeah.
People I'll call them halfway through my pitch. I just put the phone down.
Yeah.
And I assume you get the same thing, right? I'm like back in when you were 16. I'm sure you got doors slammed in your face.
Yeah, doors slammed in your face.
And I feel like you need that. You need that to be built inside you before you can then fit. For me personally, before you can then fit, it just builds you, right?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. It's just more from the knowledge point of view.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned in sales?
Biggest lesson.
We love sales.
Handle rejection well. Yeah. Don't take it personally.
Exactly.
Yeah. You do get rude people and they can make your blood boil, but you're not going to see them again, are you?
Yeah, I can imagine you can get that in consumer.
I don't get it now because customers come to me generally, but so they're asking me to contact them. But when I was 16, I used to look older than I was as well. So people are like, I'll get a real job. I was like, what, 16? Do you want me to be a lawyer?
Exactly.
Not that I'm a lawyer now. I'm still a double glazing man.
Exactly. What would you say is one of the biggest rejections that you get in double glazing? Cost?
Probably, probably cost. Yeah, I think people don't realize, especially nowadays, people don't realize how much stuff costs. It's expensive. Everything's expensive now, though.
And how do you even, obviously with me, because I'm only booking a meeting, the meeting doesn't cost anything. And obviously we're not expecting anyone to buy anything.
No.
So how, from your perspective, how do you navigate when someone says, oh, I've got a budget issue? How do you still handle that objection to then try get them to have an introduction or even see the work?
Yeah. I can offer them a cheaper product with less of a guarantee. That seems to work. But it's only slightly cheaper, and then it makes them realise what they're getting for the original price. That tends to work.
And then they go for the original price.
Yeah, that does actually work. Yeah, so you give them a comparison. You go, you can have this cheaper product. It hasn't got this on it. It hasn't got that on it. You get less of a guarantee, but you're only saving. Say it's £2,000 the job, but you're only going to save £250. And then they go, oh, another £250. I'll get the better product. You give people an option.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Sometimes they take a cheaper product, which is fine. I'm still making the same margin on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me. And I've got to guarantee it less time. So I'm not bothered what one they pick. But yeah, that tends to work. I probably close 1 in 3 of my appointments.
That's good.
That's 33%.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, close. So not too bad.
Yeah. But if anyone is struggling to get into sales, get into sales. It's great. It's actually great. Two things I like to ask my guests is a bit of an accountability section. So I will ask you, firstly, what is James doing really well? And it doesn't even have to be from a business perspective. It could be being a parent. What is James doing really well? Is it his habits? Is it being a good husband? Is it being a good father? What is it?
Well, I think I'm a good dad. Yeah. I'm always there for him. But that's the thing with my job. I don't have to do. I don't do tons of hours. I probably only do about 5 hours a day.
Okay.
Work. That's where I've done my business quite well. I do about 5 hours a day work, and then the rest of the time I'm at home. So I'm there for my son. Yeah, which is nice.
I was going to ask you how have you found it being a parent and running a £500,000 business?
It's not too bad. Yeah, it's more mentally stressful rather than actually the hours, if that makes sense. Making sure things go right and things are there on time, stuff like that. Yeah. But I've done it 9 years now, so I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah, you've created an operation.
Yeah.
That's the best thing.
It's only small, but it works.
Yeah. You can step out and zoom out and say, I've created this, and you can step away from the business. Yeah. Which is always a good thing.
The only thing I say is, like I said, there's people on Instagram, and I think it's causing mental health issues as well. Everyone thinks they have to be a millionaire by the time they're 20, otherwise they're a useless bag of shit, which isn't true. And if you keep working hard, you might be a millionaire at 20, but you'll be very rare. You'll be 1 in a million. But if you keep working hard and invest right, and get a good partner behind you as well, like a wife. Don't need like a million girlfriends. Get a good partner behind you as well, and then you'll be able to achieve something, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I hear it all the time, and I think people really need to understand that if you work hard day in, day out, there is no way that you're going to fail.
No.
And I think people just need to grasp that idea, stick to something, and do it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Just remain consistent and disciplined.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised as to where you can land.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a snowball effect, right?
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, what's one thing that James needs to work on?
Oh, I need to lose weight.
So we need to get back in the gym.
Yeah, well, I do go gym. The gym isn't the issue; it's the takeaways. Me and my wife like takeaways.
So what are you going to implement?
I've already started it. Well, one of these new. Well, not normally, but I decided to do it in the new year.
Yeah.
So I started these Huel shakes or whatever.
Oh, you like Huel?
Yeah. Well, it's all right. I wouldn't say I like it, but I don't dislike it either.
Yeah.
It's all right. So I'm trying that.
Yeah, I've had one of them. They're not the greatest.
No, I don't look forward to drinking it, but at the same time, it don't make me like want to be sick.
Yeah.
I've got to lose a bit of weight.
What's the goal? How much you need to lose?
For a couple of stone. I think I'm about 19.5 stone at the moment.
Because you're a big fella. How tall?
6'5".
Exactly.
Or just under. I'm like between 4.5 and 6'5", something like that.
Big fella.
Yeah.
Big fella.
Yeah.
Is it time? Do you have some other questions? So what I tend to do is I ask my guests a set number of questions.
Yeah.
All the same, just to get a perspective on everyone's answer.
Right.
So the first one, I kind of touched upon it at the start, but like advice. What advice would you give to someone? Not necessarily in double glazing, since you already asked that, but what would you, just in life, what advice would you give to someone?
What age? Any age?
Let's do a 16-year-old.
16-year-old, I'd say you're not that great in school. Don't worry about it, because I wasn't. Don't piss your teachers off. I'm going to say this to my son as well. Just sit there, do what you got to do and go home. That's what the teachers are doing.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to go to work, earn money and go home to their family. They don't want any of your shit in their classroom. So just do that. Turn up every day and then try and find something that you're interested in and build on that. Work hard, go to the gym. I think that's important. Well, me sitting here 19, I was
no,
when
but
I was
you used
younger.
to go.
Yeah. Well, I used to bodybuild. Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, go to the gym, work hard, and save.
Yeah,
saving is the most important thing to start off with. You're not just going to make £1 million by next month. It's like not going to happen. So save and invest in your company or property or whatever you want to do. But I always say to people, even if you get one, just get one property. Even if you're staying at home with your parents still, just get one and rent it out. Even if you don't move into it for 10 years, or even if you never move into it, at least you've got an asset sitting there. So I say get yourself an asset, and I'd say property is always going to be good and a good investment. It's not as good now, but it's still going to be good, and you're not going to lose on it unless you're a complete idiot.
Yeah.
But yeah, get yourself a property and rent it out. That's my advice.
What do you have to say to the people that feel like they have to do 101 things? They have to do this, they have to do that, they have to do this type of business instead of just focusing on one. Because I was like that.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong in trying different businesses. I've tried different businesses. Some have worked okay, some haven't. But you don't want to do $1 million at once. I'd say focus on one at a time. And if that doesn't work, then move on to something else. But don't expect it to work within a few weeks.
Yeah.
Because you've got to know your market, you've got to know the industry, you've got to know the ups and downs of each business, I guess. And eventually, if it works, doesn't it? Some things work, some things don't. Yeah.
What's your views on when people say you should take risks when, like, you're in your 20s?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You agree with that?
Especially if you live at home. Yeah. As long as you're not getting yourself into stupid debt, it's going to affect your credit. No, don't do that. If you've got a business idea, try it. Yeah. What are you gonna lose? Some time, maybe. A little bit of money. Don't put tons of money into it. I don't think you should put all your money that you've saved into business. Definitely not. Even if you look at, say, for example, investment banking, they don't even do that. Yeah. They get their money and they divide it into different things. So I'd say, even if it's a business you have to put a bit of money into, put a bit of money into it and see how it works. But start off small. There's so many businesses that start off, they go to the bank, get all these loans, they buy vans and cars and all this crap, and then 6 months later they've gone down the toilet. complete waste of time and money. So, and then you give yourself a bad reputation as well with the banks.
Yeah.
If you ever want to borrow money again in the future, because they're going to question, how did you lose this money? You're going to have to sit there and say, because I'm an idiot. That's not going to help. So yeah, just start off small and use a little bit of your own money. That's how I did it in my double glazing. I set a website up, and I done that myself on one of these drop and drag websites.
Yeah.
Cost me like nothing, basically. I think they're about £25 a month or something.
Yeah. You
just do it yourself. Basic website, and sell yourself, basically.
Good. That's advice.
But people aren't that good at. So I wasn't that good at school, but don't worry about school.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I'm not saying fuck around and be a loser. I'm saying just do what you got to do, and then as long as you've got like a plan when you leave, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. Who's had a significant impact on your life and why?
Significant impact on my life. Oh, I don't know. Well, obviously my wife. Moved areas. Live in Crawley now. Grew up in Croydon, moved to Crawley. That was a big change. I never saw myself settling down. I didn't have my first girlfriend until I was 24, and that's my wife. So, I'd say that was a big change. I didn't see that one coming. Relationships never bothered me, to be honest with you. I was quite happy on my own. My wife knows about this, so she won't be like sitting here going, "Oh my God, you didn't tell me this." She always knew that. But I think Chris is quite similar to me. Yeah, as well. Yeah.
And what impact has your wife given you on your life? Keep you grounded.
Yeah, I think she does keep me grounded. Yeah. I've got a lot of pie in the sky ideas. So yeah, she does keep me grounded. Yeah, I'm always wanting to be richer and richer. Like, don't have to do that. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's good.
Yeah, you need to enjoy what's around you, that kind of thing. Which I do. I do understand a bit more now. Yeah. Yeah. It's not all about money, I guess. Money. I mean, I'd say money is probably one of the most important things. They say health and wealth, don't they?
That's true. Yeah. It is true, health and wealth. What's one quote that you live by and why?
One quote? Oh God, I don't know any quotes.
Oh, okay. What's one thing that you tell yourself when you can't be fucked to do anything? Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a cited quote.
No, do you know what I actually do think? My life's going by really quickly. 32, and I feel like I was 22 just yesterday. I think if I just let the days go by, eventually I'll be 42. I think, what the hell have I done the last 10 years? Not a quote, but I do think that a lot. And that's another thing to say to people who are younger than me. You think you're gonna be young forever. I'm sitting here like I'm an 80-year-old, I'm not 32. But you think you're gonna be young, like in your 20s forever. But trust me, the last 10 years for me, it's flown by. And then before I know it, I'm gonna be 50, I'm gonna be 60, 70. And I think, shit. So I think you're only giving your young years a certain period, and they do go quick. So you definitely got to work hard when you're younger. Yeah. So as you get older, you get slower as well.
Yeah. Like,
and then you have kids, you get married. Well, not everyone, but most people. And that not gets in the way, but it's harder to do things when you've got that.
Would you say be intentional with your time?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Good one.
It's nice to go out with your mates and go on the piss up and stuff like that. Yeah, that's fun. Nice to do that now, but only every few months. But when you're younger, don't waste your time down the pub. Because most of the people in the pub who are on there on Tuesday nights or whatever, are all a bunch of losers. Yeah. That's it. And that's all they're ever going to be. They're going to be there in 10 years' time with the same money in their pocket. And you want to be better than that. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, I've forgotten the question, James. What's one thing people don't know about you that will surprise them?
Don't know about me? Oh.
Could be anything. Could be silly. Could be...
Don't know about me. Oh, God. I don't know. I think most people know everything about me.
Could be a hobby.
Hobby? I used to be a bit of a nerd when I was younger. I used to like Warhammer.
Warhammer? What's that?
You would paint the figurines. I used to play badminton.
That's not too bad.
No, that's not too bad. But the Warhammer thing's
bad. Warhammer, yeah. I don't even think I do that.
Yeah. I do like Pokemon cards.
Okay.
Yeah, they interest me. I don't know why, because it's a bit of card with a Pikachu on it. I don't know what's so interesting about it. I think it more interests me the more the trading side, like how things hold value, because people say they hold value. It's similar to Bitcoin, I guess, and stuff like that.
Yep.
Pokemon cards almost gone a bit into. They've created their own value out of card.
Well, yeah, a lot of those stuff do now.
Yeah.
But if you've got like this rare car that goes for X amount.
Yeah, I know.
And
Which doesn't make sense, but that's the same way money works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. This is a deeper one. You may not have any, but what's your biggest regret in life?
Biggest regret in life? Biggest regret? We don't have any, if I'm honest with you.
No?
No, don't have not biggest regret.
Feel like everything that you've done, you've never regretted or?
No, not really. So I think you, from your losses, that shapes you as a person, doesn't it? It makes you who you are. You probably learn more from your losses than you do your...
Yeah, no, that's what they say.
You do your winnings. So, no, I wouldn't change anything. No, I don't think I would.
No?
No. If I was sitting here homeless, covered in shit, I'll probably be like, yeah, I'll change everything about my life. But I'm not. Yeah. So, no, I wouldn't change anything, no.
That's good. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing if you don't have any regrets.
No. So...
And obviously, as I mentioned to you downstairs, I'll get you to read it and then answer it.
Actually, I've got one regret. All the takeaways I've eaten. There you go. There's a regret.
But you enjoyed it though?
Yeah, I enjoyed it at the time, yeah.
Or you regret it now because you put on the weight?
Yeah, I put on the weight, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So this is the question. If you read it out and then answer it for me.
Okay. Oh, are you happy where you are in life? And if not, would you change? Same question what you asked me, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I already answered it.
So you wouldn't change anything?
No, I wouldn't change anything, no.
You wouldn't change any of your habits back in the day, would you not?
I wouldn't smoke. I used to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably go back and clip 16-year-old James around the head, tell him not to smoke. I always struggled with smoking.
Mm-hmm.
I got addicted to it.
Yeah.
I've only just cut out the vaping. So, but yeah, nicotine, that's it really.
That's something you would change?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
but,
cool.
Yeah, I think they're looking at imposing that, aren't they?
Yeah, in June they're getting rid of them all, aren't they?
Yeah, well, not just the vapes, the smoking. They were looking at introducing from a certain year that you can't buy cigarettes, which I do agree with because I don't want my son smoking.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's a waste of money. It's bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely agree.
You look kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, especially the vapes is the worst.
But I don't think it's worth your health, to be honest.
The vapes is the worst because now you're getting I'm pretty sure I'm seeing 12, 13-year-olds with vapes in their hand.
Yeah, they are, yeah. I mean, from being a smoker and a vapor, personally, I think smoking's way worse.
Yeah.
I used to smoke 20 a day, so I used to cough up black tar and stuff like that when I was smoking. But with vape, I don't feel any different than when I vaped. Now I've quit vaping. I don't feel, but I remember smoking. I've felt the benefits.
Yeah.
But vaping, I don't feel any different, to be honest with you.
Shit, man, 20 a day, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot, yeah.
Anyway, last question for you, James, is obviously the podcast is called The Endless Race.
Okay.
Obviously, we're all running this endless race called life.
Yeah.
So when I mention the word endless race, what does that mean to you in terms of life?
Oh, endless race.
Like you're running an endless race.
What does it mean to me? Endless race.
In regards to life.
I don't know. I can't answer that one.
Nothing?
No. What do people normally say?
So mine is the fact that we're all running...
Give me an example. I might be able to...
So I feel like we're all running this endless race called life. Everyone's journey is different. You're running your own race. There's endless amount of success. There's endless amount of failures.
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself to anyone else because there's always someone above you. There's always someone below you.
Okay.
And that's how I interpret the endless race.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll probably agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have my own one, but no, yours seems pretty good.
Perfect. Well, that's been it, James. If you could speak to the camera and let them know where everyone could find you.
Oh, okay.
From a double glazing standpoint, property standpoint, if they have any advice and they want to reach out to you, where can they find you?
Well, the website is soperandsoper.co.uk. And I'm on Instagram with my 150 followers.
Don't worry, we'll plug you.
Yeah.
We'll plug you.
It's James. Oh, I can't remember. I don't even know my Instagram name. That's good. It's like James Soper 84, I think it is, or something like that. And I wasn't even born in 1984. I might have to. I think I need to up my social media game. I think.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm not too cool with that.
It's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right. But anyway, guys, that's been the episode, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.